Welcome back, children. So today we will study about tropic movements in plants. The first one is phototropic movement or phototropism. The movement of a part of a plant due to light is called as phototropic movement or phototropism. You must have seen that the stem grows towards light. Above the soil, it grows always towards the light. So stem will be said to show positive phototropism. On the other hand, the roots grow under the soil, that is away from light source. So roots will show negative phototropism. Clear, children? So tropic movement means movement of plant part due to the stimulus of light. The next is geotropism. Geotropic movement or geotropism. The movement of a plant part due to stimulus of gravity is called geotropism. Now children, if you keep a seedling in a pot in the horizontal direction, clear? Your understanding? Means a potted plant is kept in the horizontal direction, this way. You will find after few days, if it is kept there constantly for few weeks, you will find that the stem turns and starts moving upwards, while the roots which are coming out from the bottom of the pot, they bend and starts moving downwards in order to reach the soil and then go beyond it. So here what is shown? That the roots are moving towards the ground as if due to gravity the roots are being pulled towards the ground. So here the roots are said to show positive geotropism, whereas the shoot is moving away from the ground against the gravity. So the shoot will be negatively geotropic, or the shoot shows negative geotropism. Clear, children? So I told you that for these movements always you will find that there are two parts. Next is hydrotropism. Hydrotropic movement, that means the movement of a plant part due to stimulus of water. Again, roots always move or grow under the soil towards a water source. So roots are positively hydrotropic, whereas shoot is moving away from the ground, means away from water source. So they are negatively hydrotropic. So the movement of plant part due to stimulus of water is called as hydrotropic movement or hydrotropism. Clear, children? So what you have studied? First was phototropic movement or phototropism. Next was geotropic movement or geotropism. And third is hydrotropic movement or hydrotropism. Fourth is chemotropism. The movement of a plant part due to the stimulus of chemical is called as chemotropism. Now, the growth of the pollen tube towards the ovule in a flower is because of some chemicals which are released by the ovule so that the pollen tube grows towards it. So the movement of the pollen tube towards the ovule through the style of a flower is a movement which is called as chemotropic movement. If you remember that in case of fertilization in plants, what happens? So this is the stigma. If you remember, this is the style and this is the ovary. Ovules are here. So here pollen grains fall and then the outer wall of the pollen grain pierces and this is the pollen tube which grows. Again it becomes longer. Again it becomes longer. This way it keeps on growing towards the ovule, then it penetrates the wall of the ovule and then enters the ovary. Clear? So this movement of this is the pollen tube. So the movement of the pollen tube towards the ovary is because of chemicals released by the ovules, and hence the pollen tube grows towards it, and after this the pollen grain inside moves through this and reaches the ovary to fertilize with the ovule. So this is called as chemotropism. And at last is Thigmotropism. This is the movement of a plant part due to the stimulus of touch. Like as you have seen in garden pea, the apical meristem, when the stem starts growing with the help of a rigid support, the part of the plant, means the stem is very thin, tender, and it is called as stem tendril. The part of the plant which touches the solid or rigid support does not grow fast. But the other side, which is not touching the rigid support, this side starts growing fast. As it starts growing fast, it twines around the rigid support, and in this way the plant twines and again moves this way every time. So this is also a movement, but here it is a growth movement, right? The plant is also growing at the same time. So this movement is due to the stimulus of touch. So such type of movement is called as Thigmotropism. Clear, children? So how many type of tropic movements have we studied today? Total 5. So tropic movements in plants are of 5 types. First is phototropic movement or phototropism. Next is geotropic movement or geotropism. Third is hydrotropic movement or hydrotropism. Fourth is chemotropism. And fifth is thigmotropism. Okay, children? So we will continue with the chapter in our next class. Thank you.